Are your kids spending too much time in front of the screens? We have help finding a balance that works for you and your family. Dr. Kristen Wynns from Wynns Family Psychology is back. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Absolutely. So screens are kind of a necessary evil because we know we can only give them a certain amount of time, but sometimes we just have to get something done and we need to distract them.
Right.
So kind of what are your suggestions for finding a really good balance in our homes?
One tenet that I always start with is screens are a privilege, not a right. So it shouldn't just be expected that every child has a device, but it should be earned in some way, whether it's doing homework or chores or exercise. Just have it spelled out how they earn that time.
Absolutely. That is very important and something that a lot of kids do get confused about. How can we instill that in our homes?
Well, it's helpful to have a list or some kind of chart that shows what they have to check off to get to that screen time every day, and it's also helpful to spell out limits.
Yeah.
So how much time they can have on a weekday or on a weekend.
Okay, is there a magic number for that limit? I know different ages have different rules.
Yeah, it does depend, but typically if a child is already in elementary school and up, they're very busy during the week. So I like to suggest somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour for school days, and then depending on the age of the child, it could be 2 hours, 3 hours on the weekend.
And of course, is it okay for them to earn additional screen time if they're doing extra things around the house?
I like the idea of bonuses and using extra screen time as a reward, but as long as the kids and teens know that it's the exception to the rule and they shouldn't be begging for it all the time.
And of course, some really important ground rules are setting before you give a device or before you let them borrow your device. What are some of those really important things to go over before they start using these?
Right, so I always encourage parents to spell out those ground rules, such as spot checks, that parents have the right to grab the device or check it at any moment to make sure text and social media are appropriate. Also a fan of charging devices outside of the bedroom at night.
Okay.
So kids know they have to turn them over at X time of the night and keep them charged outside of the bedroom. Also ground rules about social media, such as parents friending or following their kids is automatic if the child wants social media.
Absolutely, because you have to keep tabs on them.
That's
if someone
right.
out there is looking for some additional help or some more guidance from you, how can they get in touch?
They can find information on my website, WynnsFamilyPsychology.com, and then I also have my parenting book, the No Wimpy Parenting Handbook. That's on Amazon, but also has some helpful tips, an entire chapter on screens.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you.